and welcome to the 198th edition of Beer Issues. My name is Matt Bruckert, and I'm coming to you live here from Casa de Bruckert. We're going to be having another outstanding beer. Today, we're going to be having the Dogfish Head Hazy-O. So let's go ahead and talk about the beer while I pour it. We're going to pour it into this beautiful, I have Beer Issues IPA glass, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. Now, what's Hazy-O? Okay, Hazy-O is a New England style IPA that's made with oats. Okay, so they use malted and rolled oats, naked oats, and oat milk. So we're getting a nice variety. And we're going to just talk about the beer a little bit. The beer clocks in at 7.1% alcohol by volume, which makes it a pretty nice, strong type of IPA. It rates 90 out of 100, so it does fall into the outstanding category in beer. And I would expect nothing less from Dogfish Head because they do make some phenomenal beers. And we'll just like to go ahead and thank Publix for having them buy one, get one free, so we can enjoy even more of these great Dogfish Head beers. So let's go ahead and talk about it. This was the first nationally produced IPA that used oat milk, okay? So it's kind of our oat milk centric type IPA. So this is a first. But you see that nice golden, almost orange color you're getting in there. You are getting hazy. You're getting a nice head with, let's see how that lacing is here. Let's check that out. Yep, so you're getting some nice lacing on the beer. So far, so good. And I'm not going to kid you, I've had a few of these. This is my first rodeo. But it is a really nice little IPA and a little bit different. So let's smell it and talk about it, and then we'll talk about a few other things about the beer. So, the funny thing is a lot of times when you get an IPA, even a New England IPA, all you're smelling when you smell the beer is like the hops. On this, you're smelling almost like a citrusy orange juice type smell, but you're getting like a malty, oaty type fragrance in there. So this is how seriously they took this beer when they're making this beer. It took them a couple of years to actually come up with, because they did some research and they worked together with Elmhurst 1925, I think, which is a milk or an oat company, milk company up in New York. And they work with their scientists to generate, the correct amount or the correct types of that's going to mix with the beer the best. So this was a beer that was a few years in the making, and honestly, with Dogfish Head, that doesn't surprise me. They go over top for quality, and it shows in their beers. When you drink any of their beers, you're just going to get a really nice beer. Okay, so let's go ahead and we got that. Oh, and on the oats, they only use the oats, water, and salt. Okay, so it's a very, good quality oat without extras. All right, so let's waste no more time. We know about the smell. It's giving it a more of an orange. A lot of the IPAs nowadays give you a grapefruity, pineapple-y kind of thing. This is coming across a little bit more of orange in the scent. And I think, if I remember right, it comes across a little bit more orange in the taste also. But let me go ahead and let's take a sip here. So the thing I like the best about this beer is you do get a pop of the hops up front, but it finishes off more like oaty, malty kind of finish. So this falls into the type of beer that I like, because I'm not opposed to hops or even some stronger hops, But I like my finish not to be like a big pine tree or something like that. And this beer is that. Starts off, you get that nice flavor of the hops, but it finishes off with the I don't know how to explain that. The oats and maltiness, basically. So it finishes off smooth and like kind of somewhat sweet, but not like overly sweet, like a bitter, hoppy, sweet combination that makes it nice and even. So it's a very well balanced beer. They balance the hops with the oats, and they just brought out a beautiful beer. That's why it's rated 90 out of 100, because the way they can balance that oat flavor with the hops without it being. I read a lot of the reviews I had, and you could tell the people that were the true like West Coast hop heads, because they were saying, "Oh, you need more hops. You need more hops." To me, this is like a perfect balance. Nope, I like it just the way it is. And honestly, every beer is a little bit different. So that's just the way it is. But this is a good quality beer, and if you like an IPA that's not like overly hoppy, that has a nice balance to it with the oats, this is your beer. I recommend it highly. So Dogfish Head, good job as always. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure you tell your friends about Beer Issues and how much fun we're having talking about beer and drinking great beer. Also, make sure you, if you need any cool Beer Issues gear, like Beer Issues hats, t-shirts, anything like that, go to shop.beerissues.com. Down here, this is just something we made the other day for a parade, but Beer Issues pint koozies. We thought those were kind of cool. So we have, those are not on the website. If you need those, send it to me direct and I can let you know about those. Let's see here. As my wife likes to say, I have beer issues.